right, for those of you who haven't been introduced to Christian Bridges just yet, he's the newest member of the News Center team, came from across town to join us. We're really glad to have you, Christian. So you did this time slot on Friday, and then weekends with Leanne, and then you were back filling in for Todd for the whole stretch this morning. How's everyone treating you so far?
So far, it's been great. It's been such a nice welcome here to News Center, Maine. Yeah, first full week on the job. And it's been great so far. I feel like I've gotten my foot in kind of everything except for the evening shows, which I'm sure that will come at some point. But yeah, it's been great to be filling in for Todd this morning. If you're wondering who I am, yeah, I'm Christian. Nice to meet you guys. And it's great to be here on this Monday morning. So let's start things off. We're going to take a look at the radar. Overall, it's pretty quiet across the state when it comes to the rain. It looks active, but it's kind of lying to us because we've got a lot of dry air. So a lot of this rain that you're seeing not making it to the ground, with the exception of a few sprinkles in western Maine and down in York County as well, where we're seeing a little bit more of a moderate rainfall. Should see the rain increase a little bit more in southern Maine as our powerful nor'easter to the south makes its closest approach as we head into this afternoon, although it's not going to come close enough for big impacts. It will be a bit breezy today. It will be cool. It will be damp in southern Maine, but otherwise no major impacts expected from this nor'easter. So you can see where the rain is going to be today. Yeah, that's where we've got those really cool temperatures in the low 50s, 51 today in Freiburg and 52 in Sanford, 54 in Portland with that wet weather. Notice where it's dry, it's milder, 58 in Bangor where we stay dry today, nearing 60 up into northern Maine as well, where we're also staying pretty nice and dry. Now today we're also going to see those winds. That was certainly the case yesterday. Today that continues, gusts up to 25 to even 30 miles per hour into the afternoon out of the northeast, of course with a nor'easter here. Winds do die down a bit though as we get into this evening, and will be a lot calmer out there tomorrow. The biggest impact from this nor'easter, the ocean, which will be very churned up today. Seas 9 to 12 feet out there with those gusts to 40 knots out in the Gulf of Maine. Not the best day to be taking the boat out, especially because we've got a gale warning. That continues through today until early tomorrow morning. And along the coast, we're also seeing the impacts of those large waves. A high surf advisory is in effect for the entire coastline of Maine. Waves breaking at the coast 5 to 10 feet. Good show today. I would say it's a great day to go check out those large waves along the coastline, maybe get some good pictures if you're a photographer. Just be cautious if you're going to be down by the water, as those waves will be very large. In terms of the wet weather today, it's mostly a southern Maine affair here. Far southern Maine seeing the most rainfall. Places like Waterville, Bangor, I wouldn't be shocked if you don't get a single drop of rain through the day today. Possible, but unlikely to get a little wet weather. The rain continues off and on in southern Maine. Don't forget that umbrella heading out the door today. It does taper off for Tuesday. Other than a lingering morning sprinkle, it's a day where we dry things out pretty nicely by the afternoon with highs in the 50s to near 60. Could be some sun. I don't expect a lot of it Tuesday, but there's at least the possibility of some. And then notice here Tuesday evening, a couple showers. That's with a cold front that's going to kick up the winds again for Wednesday and Thursday. In fact, it will be windier those days than it will be today with the nor'easter. So in terms of rainfall, mostly in southern Maine. Again, if you're up into the Bangor area and north, don't expect really anything. And even in southern Maine, the amounts of rain don't look to add up to that much, a half inch or so it looks like for most of us. I mentioned that cold front beyond the coastal storm that moves away tomorrow. That cold front moves in for Wednesday. It's a windy day Wednesday, even windier Thursday, chilly, cloudy as well, but staying mostly dry in our forecast through the rest of the week. So here's a look at our 7-day. You can see that wet weather today that tapers off by tomorrow morning. Decent day on Tuesday, decent on Wednesday. It's just going to be quite windy. Can't say Thursday's looking really decent. Chilly and windy all day with highs only in the low 50s. It does improve quite a bit as we get towards the weekend. You'll notice the sunshine does return. We're warming things up as well as we get into the weekend. So we're saving the best for last this week when it comes to the weather. We've got a pretty nice weekend forecast. And Sharon, I know it's Monday, but never too early to look ahead to the weekend.
Never too early. I like the way you think. You're fitting in really well here.
Glad to hear that.
Thanks, Christian.